Come and jump in the ride, hop on the bus. We gon' slide, be outside when we pick you up. Take you to a place where you can open up your mind. Say what you gotta say, and nobody blinks an eye. You on the long bus, with short thoughts, long bus, with short thoughts, long bus, with short thoughts. You on the long bus, with short thoughts, long bus, with short thoughts, long bus, with short thoughts. At the bus stop and whatnot with some blunts in my lunchbox. Enough stock to last the whole show. Got a whole packed road. The place about to go, better keep your glass cold. Now jump in, meet my other friends. Big respect, gotta show love to them. You wouldn't believe who the bumping in. Why you looking like that? You coming in? Anyway, this is Matt, that's Steve. What a rich dandy. There's Jason, there's Robin, that's the other Steve. This the whole damn team, the whole stampede. Welcome to the show. Go ahead and speak. Make yourself at home. Here, take a seat. Let your mind free. Hit a little tree. Take a little drink. Whatever you need. Whatever you need. Jump in the ride.
How we doing, everybody? Welcome to show 59. Get the business out of the way here. Like, share, subscribe, follow. Nobody knows if that actually works, but we just keep saying it. Thank you to our sponsors. Habits Glass and Goodies here in Omaha. 3 locations, one on 84th and J, one on 101st and Maple, and one over on the Florence side of the Florence neighborhood off of North 30th. And thank you to the Thirst Trap Wellness. Mobile IVs, Botox, all kinds of crazy stuff. Really good people, though. So what we got today, it's just me and Sean from the Cellar Boys. We are going to talk a little life and some music. So yes, welcome, bro. Welcome.
Appreciate you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So how old are you?
I am 30.
30, okay.
Yeah, born in 94.
Good for you. I'm coming up on 34 here, so 44. Sorry, getting old. That was wishful thinking coming out loud right there. I do that. Any kids?
No.
All right.
Nope.
You take your time there, man. Them kids, they take up all your time, or at least they're supposed to. You know, as long as you're
that's
not.
What I've heard.
As long as you're not a piece of shit, you know.
Yeah.
What do you do for work to support the?
A little bit of everything, to be honest. Like I spent the last 8 years doing a lot of fencing, and this past 2 years I went to mowing and fencing, and this year I've been doing edging, building walls, fencing, mowing, laying trenches, putting in gutters. I a little bit of everything. I'm kind of learning to do it all.
You make yourself more valuable knowing a little
That's
bit
what
of everything.
It comes to seem like in this kind of economy, you got to do it all. You can't just do one thing.
Yep. I plow snow. I sell firewood.
Oh, yeah.
I haul cars. I do a little bit of everything to try to get the time with the family. I used to be on the road all the time driving and was gone, all the time, and just was like, hey, wife, do everything with the kids and I'll go make money. And that's not really the way it's supposed to be, and it ain't good for the kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? And had a back surgery, bro, and realized what I was missing at home because I had 6 weeks on the couch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my uncle had back surgery, and he's a huge family guy now.
Yeah.
And he was on the road quite a bit.
Bro, we just I don't know, man, we get blinded to the dollar, and it takes a back surgery to smack you in the face and go, look what you're doing, stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I get that.
Making those changes. So
right.
But yeah, definitely, enjoy your life before you commit yourself. It's
for sure.
But so I guess how long you been doing music, and where did that love of music come from?
Honestly, I've always been a fan of hip hop, and it kind of comes back from my mom. She used to listen to Nelly a lot, and I'm trying to think of Beastie Boys and other stuff like MC Hammer, and I just kind of fell into liking a lot of Eminem, 50 Cent. I mean, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre. I mean, I like a lot of that era. Eazy-E. And then when I got to actually making music, it was probably when I was, I'd say 17, maybe 17. Actually start my first little bit of writing.
Okay.
I didn't get anything recorded until about probably 2017, and a lot of those songs I just luckily have them on file. but I never released them. But
Yeah.
I just have them for myself to hear
Yeah.
and know how much I've improved. Um, I got started through my buddy Smo Young, and he's not here no longer with us. And yesterday was his 1 year of being passing. So just wanted to give a little shout out
Yeah.
to him. I will be performing our song that we've done called Booty Doo tonight. But he kind of got me into it, and he actually put a show together. And this was in 2017, and that was my very first show ever. And I didn't perform for years until I got with Scooty Woo and did the Cellar Boys thing. But I did not do music anymore until like that happened. But I just kind of took a pause, did a little freestyle, and listened to a lot of music to expand. But I was told by Sonny, because I always wanted to make a song with him. He's just like, "You're not ready yet. You're not ready yet." And finally, before he passed, he's like, "Man, you've done developed your skill," and he's like, "I'm ready," and I was able to make a song with him, so that was really cool.
That's great. And
Yeah.
then, you kind of also have that it's forever locked in. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? That song ain't going nowhere. You've got it
Exactly.
on tape, and no
Uh,
matter what, you'll be able to run that back and have those memories. You know what I mean?
for sure.
That's awesome. That was something I've looked at. As while doing this is, when I'm older, my children can go back and, what was Dad really about, and look at what we've
Mm-hmm.
done, and my grandchildren will, I've
See,
always, yeah. See, I never really planned on being here this long. You know what I mean? I just thought I'd get old and die, or, just I was never doing the right things as a kid. I just grew up in a way that I didn't think I'd make it past, 20 something.
mm-hmm.
And my goal is to not have my kids in that mentality, and you know what I mean, and
Totally understand.
giving them something to guide their children, hopefully down the road too. So
Exactly.
trying to do better for the world.
Hey, that's all you can do is try, really.
Yeah. But do you know where that love of music actually came from? Was it,
Uh, I,
dad playing music in the garage, or?
Mm, I mean, all my family, I guess, that I like was around at the time. It was just mainly my parents and stuff. I mean, my uncle, he used to bop a lot, with the hip hop, but he kind of changed over. I mean, a lot of my family likes hip hop, but converted at a older age
Yeah.
into like, they're kind of like rock or, like my uncle now, he listens to a little bit of everything, but he likes like hip hop,
Okay. Yeah.
which is pretty. I actually listen to like a little bit of everything. Like, there's not a day that you don't catch me listening to an artist called FJ Outlaw, and he's kind of like a country rap. Big Smo. I'm at work. It's just like the vibe,
Yeah.
like it's more of like a work kind of rap,
Yeah.
the motivational for work.
My
It's
my
pretty good.
dad was super Western music, and weirdly enough, my mom was more hip hop.
Oh, yeah, my dad's rock and my mom's hip hop.
Yeah, that's what's up. So taking it back, where kind of did the Cellar Boys start? Where did y'all come from? How did we
Um,
come together?
that it honestly started well. Me and Scooty, we worked together at a fencing company for a few years, and he kind of liked making music and was like, he actually like engineered his own stuff. Like, he'd obviously buy a beat or something, but he'd record his own stuff, edit, and he'd show it to me. I'm like, that's pretty cool. I used to do it. And one day we just ended up making a couple songs together at his house, and then got a show opportunity. We were just going off our like own solo little artist names at the time, but then when we got the show opportunity, we were at work one day and we're like, we got to think of a group name. We got to think of a group name. It took about, I mean, I'd say a week probably, but one day in the truck, he was like, well, let's do Cellar. And I'm like, Cellar Boys. Like, and we like switched it up from like being like a C or a S. It was a money sign. And then the boys would just put the Z instead of the Y.
Yeah,
And that's just kind of what we rolled with.
yeah.
And he hand drew this right here. Um, like a pretty
Oh,
rough draft of it, and we sent it to Jason Bob,
yeah.
and he ended up getting it kind of digitally designed, and that's what we became with our first logo.
Jason Bob did this, bro.
Oh, that's
He did
awesome.
he did our bus. Yeah.
Shout out Jason Bob.
Yeah. Shout out J Bob. Normally he's here taking the photographs and stuff like that, but I'm a little tight right now, so we're
No, I feel you.
backing off on the fun stuff for right now, but we're gonna still snap some pictures when we're done here. But
For sure.
yeah, shout out J Bob. Dude does fly pictures, logo designs, things like that. Check him out on Facebook. He's got art by J Bob.
Yes, sir.
So back to the Cellar Boys. How I mean, were you guys creating once or twice a week? Do you guys together? I mean, did it become the brotherhood that it seems that I see?
Yeah, I mean, we went through, I mean, it all, thick and the thin. At one point, we were even living together for a while. Um, it it like became an actual like passion, and we really enjoyed it at first. Like we really was like, this is just something fun to do, But every time we got on the stage, we were just like, when we got off, we were like, what could we do better here, and what we were super happy about, and like we couldn't wait to go home and look at the film that we got, like people got, and just like really appreciate what we like do just in general for like, and what everybody else does for us, like the energy that they bring whenever we're on stage. Like it's absolutely ridiculous, like the amount of noise, like when we even are in a place that we've never been, like just yell and scream. And like in Iowa City, we had like 15 people maybe, but that whole building, it was for Shaggy Two Dope.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was like screaming. I mean, like it was top of the lungs. That place was like 2 floors of just people yelling. And I'm like, this is crazy. Never after that show, I feel like me and Trent were like, it's game on.
Well, the posse either accept you or they don't.
Yeah,
So I mean, if they've accepted you, bro, you're doing all right. You know what I mean?
It was awesome. That show was awesome. We got to perform for with Odd Squad, that we got to open up for them. Basically, a part of that, and Shaggy Two Dope. Odd Squad family is like one of those groups that I was like listening to years ago, and I'm like, never in my life would I ever thought, I would share a stage, you know what I mean, be up on the same stage with them, it's just crazy.
So while you bring that up, 3 artists that you've worked with that were super dope, and then 3 artists that you would like to work with in the future that are super dope.
Let me see here. Crisis Child.
I love that dude.
We made music with him. Super dope making music. Just a good person, good soul. Let's see here. Otis Julius.
Fire dude too.
And there's a song. Let's see here. Ray West.
Okay.
Big Ray West. He's out of Des Moines.
Okay.
And we got a song coming out on his album.
All right.
I believe it's his next album. He shouted it out on one of his lives on his podcast that he does. And so I'm waiting for that. And that has me and Scooty on it as well.
That's what's up.
And 3 artists that I would like to do some work with. I'm trying to keep it a little like underground.
Yeah.
Like just because I feel like there's a lot of dope artists underground right now.
Surprisingly, there is a lot.
Dewey, my buddy that's a engineer. He produces beats.
Yeah.
And Dirt Nasty Beats.
Okay.
He had Dirt Lord, I think his rap name. I don't get me wrong. He's like, I might have to bring out this rap name again to do this song. We got some work with that. I got some work coming with him, and got a song coming with Dewey. And I would like to make a song with Dustin
Warbear. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah. No, and you got to have your goals. You got to have your your people you want to mess with, or it just becomes flat. You know what I mean? Like it's
and like not like far fetched, but I feel like a little bigger artist. I'd like to do a song with Tabo.
Yeah. Okay. We are fans of Tabo here too. Yeah.
Tabo is hard. He's really good.
Yeah. So I guess You said you're kind of getting ready. You got what this show? Yes,
And
this is pre our birthday. You know, our
yep,
anniversary show we are recording right now. Um, so you said you got one more after this one, and then you're taking a little bit of a break to write.
yes, sir.
All right. You looking to do like whole album or just put
I
up a
think
couple songs or
focusing on getting a lot of music finished, like written up. Like I got notes that's just like verses, but not like a full song.
yeah
And I'm just like, I gotta finish this up. I gotta finish this up. I got a lot of stuff that I just started, and I'm like, I feel like I just need a break. You know what I mean?
yeah
It's just a good time, and a lot of people are trying to actually make music right now with me. So I'm like, that was another focus, and it's kind of heat of the year for work. So I
yeah
feel like it's kind of
yeah.
time
You
to
are about to dig in
yeah,
doing that
a lot of
outside. Yep,
hours and
yep. Um, I guess. Do you have a direction for your music?
I'm still looking at. I'm trying to figure out. I might. Try to get that HBK going again. I know that one of the songs I believe that's coming out, it will be a Cellar Boys song,
Okay.
but I'm really trying to figure out my solo kind of artist situation
Yeah.
and what I want to do with Cellar Boys going forward.
Yeah.
Kind of not. I have ideas. I have multiple ideas, but it's just a lot of them. It's just kind of floating ideas. There's nothing
Yeah.
real, no real structure on anything yet, and I think that time will
Yeah.
kind of help.
And I mean, obviously, you're not gonna let it, let it just not be a thing
Mm-hmm.
anymore. You know what I mean? That's part of your family, essentially. You know, that dude being your homeboy like that, and
Right.
that's you can't just So I understand that, but yeah, take the time to look at it and
I
everything.
love I love doing shows. And don't get me wrong, it's not like it's going to be my last one. It's just I feel like I'm one of those people that when it comes to like tickets, like I like to sell them,
Yeah.
and when I don't got the time, like to focus on like reaching out to everybody, not trying to bug, but necessarily like I got a lot of people, I got a lot of family, I got a lot of friends, and a lot of people like to go. I like normally we can sell 25, 30 tickets probably a show,
Yeah.
and I feel like it's a lot of time, when it comes to the show part and then practicing and just making sure you got everything that you need ready for the show.
Bro, just managing the social media side of
Yeah,
things.
promotion and
Yeah, we've never done a party or a show like this. Strawstone obviously is kind of doing all the really hard stuff.
shout out Charleston.
Yeah, shout out, nice enough.
Yeah,
Um, he's got everything like the hard part put together, but we put together this raffle kind of last minute and just trying to promote it in the right way and
no, for sure.
selling the tickets. I've been trying to do some ticket sales myself. It is a little more work than you'd think. You know what I mean? It's so I get that too. Um, if I was a new listener to you, what you have two or three songs here that you could point me at that say this is me.
um, let's see here. We'll go with for Scooty. I'll give him two songs. It's a little bit. I like to listen. I would like for you to listen to a little bit and syllables.
Okay.
Those are two songs that I think like he would say for sure. Those were a couple of his favorites.
Yeah.
Me, I would say he'd say Booty Doo too. So I'd say Booty Doo. Um, What's the deal? And Skid Row and or You Feeling Me Now.
Yeah.
Those like right now, I feel like You Feeling Me Now is kind of hitting, and like I mean for YouTube, I mean it's what's pulling the most plays.
Yeah.
I like the vibe of it. It really pulled Cellar Boys, um, yell Cellar Boys, because there's a verse from Scooty and a verse from me, and then there's what we do in a few of our songs where we go back and forth like a verse, and we'll just do bar for bar kind of. And that one really just like solidifies what we've done from probably the beginning. We've always like let's do this bar for bar, bar for bar. And we've made, I think, one or two songs that are out that the whole song is just bar for bar. It's pretty fun.
All right.
It's pretty cool.
I so when we lost Scooty, it was I hadn't really known you guys yet. You know what I mean? But I seen the impact that it had on the music community. I mean, we're a couple hours from Des Moines, and the impact it had here in Omaha, I was like, wow.
It's I noticed, and I don't know how to look at it necessarily, but I go on our Facebook Insight on our page after that kind of thing happened, and just to see like there was like 40,000 people like looking at our account a day, and I'm like, well, we went from like getting 100 or 200, and
Yeah.
just like after that, I was like, well, it's kind of crazy, how many people are like clicking on our page, and after this, it's like just nuts.
It is, bro. It was. The impact was felt here. It was a kind of a crazy situation. I came across the Beats Disaster page. I just seen a man was hurt and reached out. You know what I mean? And it turned out to be his
His dad,
pops. It
yep.
was it was kind of a weird, even right now talking about it, I got the chills, just kind of the way things came together. And him and I talked back and forth for a little bit. And I didn't even know it was his son at the time. I just knew this man was hurting and I wasn't going to let him just go on. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I reached out and we've been talking back and forth ever since. I pop in and check on him every now and then. And
It's awesome.
that's,
I just talked to him the other day.
it's, and that's part of this show has been, mental health and reaching out and checking on your homies. And so we don't always remember that we have somebody to talk to. We don't
Right.
always, bro, it gets dark. I've been in the dark places and, there was times where I couldn't even see my own kids, you know what I mean? And so I get it. So it's, that's where I'm at with this is, let's reach out and check on each other. And even if with his dad, even if you don't know the person and you can see, hey, they're struggling, man, just check on them.
Exactly, no, for sure. That's exactly what I kind of try to preach from like the moment that all this happened is like if you need to talk to somebody and about anything, like really anybody's probably gonna listen, if you're really needing to talk. But I'm here if you want to talk, if you need to talk, like it life is hard. It's very hard.
It is. It is. And it is people check on your people. I've lost too many. We've all lost too many to drugs, to suicide, to whatever it be. Shit, I had a friend of 30 years have a heart attack the other day, and just make sure you take the pictures, say I love you.
No, yeah.
It's I literally
Lost the little things.
yeah. It was 5 months ago. I took a picture with dude and said, "Hey, I've been losing too many people soon and don't have a picture with them, so let's take this picture." And he like laughed at me, and now all I've got is that picture. You know what I mean? So take those pictures, give the hugs, say the I love yous, and check on your people.
For sure.
All right, brother. You got anything you want to shout out or anything?
Oh, let me see here.
Social medias? Your last show coming up here?
My last show will be May 30th, and it will be the is that group therapy
Oh yeah.
tour, and that has I know it's got 4 headliners pretty much.
ISO,
Tabo, Snake
AWAX.
Lucci, and
Yep.
yep.
Yep. Group therapy tour is going to be dope.
Yeah, I always am excited when King ISO comes around and Tabo. I mean, and shout out for to Snake Lucci because I've been like posting some stuff and he shows some love and he'll like things and I was like that really I like brought a smile to my face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Snake's one of my favorite people, dude.
I like his music too. He's got that like how it's melodic for sure.
Yeah.
Melodic. What's that song? I like Parasite. I think it's
Parasite's great.
Yeah,
that was one that
song.
he recommended if you were a new fan to listen to that. And
Parasite's fire.
Yep. The dude, yeah. I love the way he's going with the kind of metal, the new rock or whatever we were kind of calling it. But I love his direction with that. It's been awesome.
Right.
So, yeah.
Other than that, if you ain't subscribed to our YouTube, it's Seller Boys money sign ELLAR space BOIZ. And I know there's a lot of people that's following us on Facebook, but ain't sub to us on YouTube. So if you got a YouTube, you got an account, go sub to us, show some love. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Well, sweet dude. We're gonna rock it tonight. We're gonna have the show. We got decent dogs.
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be a good time.
5 of my favorites to play. There'll be, I believe, maybe 1, 2 different from last time I was up here. I think. But it's gonna be good. I love performing these ones. So.
Yeah, and last time you had Crisis Child up here with you, that was dope as hell. He's one of my favorite people, dude.
I love him. He's a great human being.
Yeah, great, like huge heart.
Right. Yeah.
Huge heart. So awesome, dude. Well, we'll
thanks
hit
for
the
having
button
me.
Here. Yeah, thanks for coming, man. It's a long drive, so thanks for coming to the show, agreeing to do the show, and sitting down here for the pod. So
yeah, I appreciate you.
Yeah, big thanks. Have a good one, man.
Yeah.
Run it.
Come and jump in the ride, hop on the bus. We gon' slide, be outside when we pick you up. Take you to a place where you can open up your mind. Say what you gotta say, and nobody blinks an eye.